Hi, I'm Brian Neely, Associate Principal of Administrative Services here at Allen High School, and we are excited to welcome each of you back to our campus. Our number one goal at Allen High School is everyone's safety. We know that each of you have a lot of questions, and we prepared a short video to help answer those questions and hopefully shed some light on what the return to school will look like. Upon arrival, there are 3 entrances for students. The 3 entrances are the main entrance, our PAC Commons, and the teardrop. The facility will not open until 8:30 a.m. to limit student gatherings. Masks must be worn and IDs must be visible to gain entrance to the facility. Students will also be asked to use hand sanitizer every time they enter or exit an area. Our motto is at Allen High School to foam in and to foam out. At the main entrance, once students enter, they will be directed to either go towards the main hall or towards the cafeteria, library, and testing center. Breakfast is grab and go only. All students should report directly to their first period unless they have business, again, in the library, testing center, or L hall or competition gym. As students exit the buses, they will have the ability to enter through the cafeteria if they have business once again in the testing center, library, or they need breakfast. All else will enter through the main hallway doors. Again, we're going to ask students to foam in and foam out of all areas. The reason for the specific door entrances is because during passing periods, the main hallway is now one way. It is one way to limit face-to-face interactions amongst students. The main hall is one way from the main entrance to the PAC on the downstairs level, and one way from the PAC to the main entrance on the upstairs level. Students may move in all directions in the PAC Commons and from the cafeteria to all the way to L Hall, but the main hall will be one way during all passing periods. Students who enter through the PAC Commons will need to enter and go down either H Hall, or they'll be routed upstairs to enter the main hallway to make their way toward the main entrance or academic hallways. Again, we ask all students to foam in and foam out of all areas. For students who have late arrival, in other words, you're lucky enough to have gotten first period off, we're going to ask you to please stay in your vehicles until 9:35. That gives you 10 minutes prior to the bell ringing. This will allow us to not have large gatherings prior to passing periods, as the main hall and hallways will be closed until the bell rings. Academic hallways will also be one way during passing periods, and this is done to limit face-to-face exposure amongst students. All academic halls will also have one-way stairs, one going up and one going down. Yes, this does mean that you might have to walk further than normal, but it is our goal to keep each of you as safe as possible. Lastly, all restrooms will be closed during all passing periods to help ensure social distancing and limit large gatherings. Restrooms will, however, be available during class. The process for the restrooms will be simple. When a student approaches a restroom, they will look to see if a pass has been placed on the water filling station. If there are less than 3 passes on the water filling station, the student may place their pass on the filling station and utilize the facilities. If there are 3 or more passes, this restroom is too occupied. You must wait until someone leaves. Please remember to make sure you maintain social distance while you wait for the other person to leave. Outside of passing periods, students may take the quickest route necessary to get to where they need to be. In other words, the hallways are not one way unless it's during a passing period. We will still have privileged periods in privileged areas at Allen High School. The privileged areas are the cafeteria, our PAC Commons, the library, and Upper Eagle's Nest. In each of these areas, we have designated spots for you to sit or locate. We do, however, have to limit the number of people in each area to ensure that safety is occurring. Once an area reaches a certain number, it will be closed. The main hallway will also be closed at the period's halfway mark to limit movement for safety once again. So in other words, students, get where you need to be and stay there. Lunches will be dramatically different at Allen High School this year. There will be 2 areas the students will eat lunch in. They will be in our normal cafeteria and our PAC Commons. The area that you'll eat in will be assigned by your room. Please keep social distancing while waiting in line for your food. Please sit at the marked areas only to ensure social distancing. Those areas are marked by dots, or there are tables that only have 2 chairs or tables that only have 1 chair. All lines, both in the cafeteria and the PAC, will have the same choices for food. Touchless ID scanners will also be used to limit contact and help to ensure student safety. In the classroom, students will once again foam in and foam out. Students will, as well, practice social distancing to the best of their ability in the classroom. Students will also have a limited amount of shared materials. We are truly embracing bring your own device to school, and the expectation is that students will have that device in the classroom using it on a daily basis. This is because we are hoping to move as paperless as possible this next year to limit passing of materials. In between classes, the hard surfaces will be disinfected as students exit and new students arrive. Again, foam out as you leave the classroom. At the end of the day, the main hallway will be closed for all students. Students will exit through the academic hallway exits. Those who have school business, however, will be allowed readmittance in the main entrance with a pass. We are aware that this might be an inconvenience for some students, but our goal is to keep everyone safe. And for those who drive, a reminder, there are blue parking areas located around the back of the building by the tennis courts and by H Hall and near the rugby fields. We are so excited to see you, and we know that if we can follow these safety protocols, we will not only keep us safe, but also get us back to the normal as quick as possible.